Hi, I'm Mackenzie.
And I'm Buffy.
And we are two girls, one castle.
And we're going to do a review of the Halloween party. You start first since you went the very first night.
Yeah, so I ended up going the first night that it opened. It was really actually like a last minute decision to go. It was a sold out party. Like I said, I had never been to the Halloween party before. And I was by myself. So that also kind of plays into like a little bit of like the feelings towards it. I think if you went with people, it's a little bit different. But yeah, so I just feel like I got there at 4 o'clock. That was actually my like day that I arrived to Disney, so I was a little tired, but I took a nap before. But I just like it's such a cluster getting in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my gosh, it was seriously like I feel like you could have been anybody because you scanned your magic band and it was 4 o'clock, so people who don't have party tickets could still go in. And they were just giving wristbands to anybody.
No, they were on top of it the night we went. They were extremely stern about it. I mean, you weren't getting through at all.
No, they were just like, I don't know, just like it was such a cluster. So we got my wristband, and then they like were like directing you to go around to get your bag. And I didn't follow the pathway. I'm like, I'm not going back. I don't
got a bag.
Like, I don't need a bag. I don't go trick-or-treating there.
Right.
So I knew I wasn't going to.
Right.
So I didn't go that way. I actually just went up Main Street, and it was seriously dead. There was like nobody there. I think because a lot of people don't go to Magic Kingdom on party day because they know they have to leave early anyways. So it was dead. So I got like one picture in front of the castle or whatever. The lady's like, my first cauldron picture. I'm like, oh, that's exciting. But it was dead, so that was nice. I got a lot done from like 4 to like probably 6:30. And then I just like madness broke out when the party started. It was so unbelievably busy. And I just assume that's how it is for every party. Like, I've never been. And Buffy's like, well, no, it really isn't that busy every single time.
It's not. We went a few weeks later in September when we usually go. I always pick either a Sunday night or a night during the week.
What did I go? What was the first? Was it a Friday?
You went on a Friday.
It was a Friday.
It was a Friday. They always open it on a Friday.
Yeah, it was a Friday.
So I always pick a Sunday. Tuesday's prime. That's the best time to go where you have the least crowd. The thing that I had a different prospect of it this year because this year it rained. So it kind of changed stuff around. And the one thing that I noticed too when we went, they were a lot more strict. They were a lot more strict about who was getting in. I mean, like your band, if you didn't.
What time did you guys get there?
We got there at 4.
Because you guys had reservations.
We had reservation to eat somewhere. The main difference I noticed this year, a lot more people in costume than
there was a lot. Yeah, there was
a lot more people in costume. I don't feel like the magic shots were as easily accessible as they had been in the past. It seems like there were a lot of just plain shots you could get, but actually to do like the magic shots with the Headless Horseman, which we'll include at the end of this, and like she said, like the cauldron picture and things like that. I feel like there's been a lot more in the past that have done that, and I just feel like they were just normal photo pass people.
Can I just say real quick about the photo pass so I don't forget? The lady that did the Headless Horseman picture was so unbelievably rude.
She was, yeah.
Oh my gosh, like I've never experienced such a rude cast member in all times I've ever been. This girl hated her life. And I'm sorry for her that she hated her life. It's not my fault that you hate your job. But like literally, she was just so unbelievably nasty. And I didn't do the memory maker this time because literally I was only there for a long weekend. And I wasn't going to spend like $200 or $169. I just wasn't, especially because Ben and I are going again in the end of October. So I'm just not. And so like, I'm like, hey, can you picture my phone too? Like just, the background. And you would have thought I was putting her out or something. Like, I don't understand her issue. So I just like that as a big thing. I feel like cast members are so rude now. I
noticed this time around, and it wasn't just the party, I noticed it just in general, especially the photo pass people.
Yes.
They're fussy. Like they're not as friendly as they used to be at all.
She was mean. And then somebody like would walk behind her. People, listen, I know the idiots walk behind you during a picture. People are just enjoying their life and walking around, And
a lot of people, especially if they don't know how it works, they just don't think about it.
Does it get frustrating? Yes. But like, you don't need to, she was like yelling at them. I'm like, they pay a lot of money to be here.
Right.
Why, they do ruin a picture? Just wait a second, wait for them to.
That's what I think you have the nicer ones are on Main Street because you have to behave. But you get off the beaten trail. And just a quick side note, has nothing to do with the party, but the purple wall over in Tomorrowland. It's become basic because when I went there, and I took my picture, I'm not gonna lie. There's a photo pass person there now. It just
there was one when we went.
It just kind of ruins it a bit
because that I went for photo. I was there for photo pass day too, and they had a pretzel to take in front, like a pretzel that you could take a picture with. I'm like, nobody wants to take a picture with the damn pretzel. Like that's just bizarre to me. But yeah, so the party on the opening day was nuts. Like I do not recommend that to anybody.
And later on, they said they oversold it.
And luckily for me, I was alone. I think that did help me a little bit because I could just go and do whatever. But if you were like with a family and you were wanting to do like character meet and greets, which I didn't want to do that.
I have a whole thing about that.
I just feel like that day would have been terrible to do that. And it was hot. My God, they have this in the middle of August now. It's hot. I think it felt
103 degrees, they said on the Diz that it was that night.
It was terrible. Like I felt like I was going to die. But I mean, the party was good. Like I said, never been. I liked the atmosphere of it, like especially once it got darker.
The lights.
I know this is crazy. I don't think I would go in at 4 o'clock again. When Ben and I go in October, the end of October, I don't know if I'm going to have us go in at 4 because it is so hot. I don't know. I feel like you have that transition of people leaving, keep coming in. I'd rather wait a little bit, I think. For me personally, because it is so hot and you get tired. Because it's from 4 you're there till midnight or later. I feel like with that heat, it exhausts you.
When we went, like I said, the huge difference I noticed this year from last year, if you were strict and you had a game plan, you could go in, you could trick or treat, you could do your character meet and greets. Most of them, maybe not all of them, but you could at least get like the Jack and Sally, maybe 7 dwarfs, and then a few other minor people. Like you could actually, if you really stuck to it, you could do it. And you could do all the rides that were open. Not this time around.
Not this time.
For some reason, character meet and greets have exploded. Jack and Sally, they meet at Liberty Square, and people, if you're not lined up by 4 p.m., you're not going to get your picture taken with them. You're just not. So it's really sad because now you have to choose, like, do I trick or treat and try to do character meet and greets because you're not going to be getting on many rides, or do you trick or treat and take advantage of the fact that most of the rides are walk on?
That's it. So I think for her and I both, we just focused on rides because
we do the rides, we do the magic shots, and we always sit down and eat somewhere, which that's a whole nother issue.
And then, so like the first night, I think, because you had like a lot of media there, like the YouTubers and stuff, the lines for Space Mountain were crazy because they had the new
overlays, which is basically Space Mountain. All they did is shut the lights off and play really loud rock and roll music.
That made me so nauseated. It was not even funny. I don't get like that. I just did it. I don't think it did.
The teacups nauseated me. They had like
I loved the teacups.
They had like these like psychedelic lights.
Oh my God, and the music. I think Space Mountain would have been better. And this is what first of all, they should have played
Halloween music. I get it that it's old and they don't have any way to do overlays like they do at Disneyland. But at least play Halloween music.
They could have, and this was we watched the Diz a lot, and this is, who was it? Craig said they should have actually lit the cars up.
Yes.
Some kind of lights on the cars.
Yeah.
Because then you would see all these, like
that would have been around.
Yes, so that would have been neat. And then they did the Pirates overlay, which wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
It was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird. I mean, I will say, I will hand it to the cast member, like, that were the actors, because they were amazing. I'm taking nothing away from them. It just was weird.
So, like, when I was going to go to Space Mountain, but that line, when it first started, was an hour long during the party, because obviously it's new. Pirates was, like, all the way outside.
That's crazy.
When it first opened. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to wait. Teacups I did pretty early on because nobody cares with teacups. It actually was neat though. But the lines were just, I think the first day the lines were just longer because
I noticed this time, it was the first day. But I noticed this time around, even for us, the lines were longer. They weren't that crazy. They weren't. But the bad thing happened, it started to rain because it's Florida. And of course, it started to rain for ours. And the bad thing is with the parade, if it rains, they don't bring the horse out with the headless horseman. And because it rained, I mean, it downpoured for a good while. All your photo pass people had to go inside because there was lightning. And that was the other thing. Before it started raining, there was an hour of just lightning. Well, they won't do photo pass. So all the photo pass people went inside. So you're losing that opportunity. Everybody runs to the rides because they're holding off the parade. They're holding off the stage show. Of course, they're not going to do the fireworks. So that congests everything. So it really throws you off your game plan. You can do the character meet and greets. We got in line because we dressed as Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
it was cute.
We got in line to meet them. We were one person away from meeting them and they got called to do the parade.
Yeah.
The parade turned out to be okay. I have a huge complaint. Jack and Sally are so immensely popular. You have a bevy of different characters that you could use to help represent Halloween. Why do you insist on putting Clarabelle?
Do you think
the cow? and line dancers, and it makes no sense to me.
Do you think that they don't put Jack and Sally in the parade? I should think about this. Because they have to take them away from the meet and greets, and that line is already so crazy long. Because you can't have Jack and Sally meeting people in the parade at the same time. I just thought about that. I'm like, because that's why you're
Well, but they do with the 7 dwarfs.
Oh, 7 dwarfs in the parade? I didn't see them.
We had them in the parade.
I didn't see them in
Yeah,
ours.
we had them in the, like, right towards the end.
But
I thought it was weird that they were in it.
But the parade goes by Jack and Sally.
That's true.
So you would get that Disney Disney.
I don't know, but they could at least put Oogie Boogie in it.
They could put definitely better.
I mean, my
people.
God, put Stitch in it. I can't stand the little shit, but put Stitch in it.
That ride is not opening back up. Did everybody realize that?
What?
Such a Great Escape is completely closed.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They just announced it because they were opening it seasonally.
Oh, yeah, now they're done. No,
They're done.
no. They use it as a meet and greet now.
But, yeah, the parade.
But the parade...
Did you do the first or second?
Well, they
You
only had
one.
one. We only had one. And that was the other thing. We start lining up along Main Street. They put the tape out. You see all the cast members directing people. Listen, my husband is a fireworks person. I'm not. I see him, I'm good. Like, I can ride Splash Mountain. I can ride Big Thunder Mountain. And I can see them, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know, but he's not a ride person, so he wanted to... So we're standing there. They kept saying it was the parade. And then they make an announcement. We're standing there for like 20 minutes, and I am like burning inside because I'm like, listen, I paid a lot of money to come to this Halloween party. I want to make the best of it. I'm going to head over to Space Mountain. You watch your stuff. I'm going to Space Mountain. He's like, no, it's getting ready to start. Ladies and gentlemen, due to the inclement weather, we will not be having the stage show of Hocus Pocus.
I hate that announcement.
And I'm like, well, number one, I never really watched Hocus Pocus. Not really a fan. I'm not a stage show person at all. I'm not. Unless you have Tom Hiddleston up there, I'm not watching it. So they do that. They said that they weren't going to have it, and they were getting ready to start the parade. 2 seconds later, the lights go up at the castle, and here come the Sanderson sisters. And we're like, what the? Like, even the cast members were like...
disorganized.
It was completely disorganized. If you wanted to do... Because the lantern picture is always really big, and they have that at the Halloween party, which I think is really your only time to actually get it.
The line's always crazy.
Because the line's crazy.
It was crazy even before.
But they had it... They brought it underneath a building. So if you compare ours from last year where it's dark, this one's light. It kind of looks a little weird. I don't know. We had a bad experience because of the rain. I thought Space Mountain in the dark. I loved Space Mountain, but it just made no sense to have rock and roll music.
It was weird.
It was.
It was weird.
It was weird. It was.
And I think the shortest that line got while I was there, I think that when I got in it was like 20 minutes, which wasn't terrible. But it's still like I would wait again for that.
We walked on it. Lexa and I, my daughter and I walked on it. And we had some kids in front of us, and they had ridden it 16 times.
Yeah, so I think the big differences between sold out parties versus not is such a big thing.
But there was far more crowds this year, I will say, than what we had last year. And a lot more people dressed up. And the candy, I mean, by the end of the night, they literally were pushing like these huge carts through filled with candy, and they're just going up to you. Do you want some candy? Do you want some? Like literally, I'm like, we don't trick or treat.
Yeah,
but
I don't either.
Yeah, I mean, I can get candy at home, but I don't know. The parade, I just don't get. They need to update it. I'm sorry, Clarabelle and country line dancers, and I love. Listen, we all know I adore my Country Bear Jamboree people.
But yeah, they're in it too.
They're in it too. It makes no sense to me.
What makes sense to me of the parade, I like the beginning of it, the boo part. Then I also, like, the villains part makes sense to me at the end.
Yes.
That is, like, the best. And then the Haunted Mansion float, like, all of that.
I love the Haunted Mansion when they have the dancers and they've got the band up there. Oh my God, I love that.
It just makes sense.
The hitchhikers.
To me. But even the princesses in the beginning, okay.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. It makes it, but I really.
Clarabelle, though.
Clarabelle.
Country line dancers.
It throws it all off.
I'm like, what's the point?
Yeah, that's what
I don't get it. I mean, there are other characters.
Yeah.
There are other characters. Disney, you have a bevy, years worth of characters. I mean, hell, put the Cheshire Cat out there. I mean, do something, but it just makes no sense. And I think they need to update the parade.
Yeah, I do too.
They really need to update the parade.
We probably, I don't know if I had to judge Ben if he wants to watch or not. I saw it already, so like I don't really think I would do it again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I watched it for the second show, which I think worked out because like I got a good spot and stuff, but I just don't know.
And I will tell you a trick. I'm going to give this away because I'm not going back this year for the Halloween party. Pecos Bills. Sit on the front porch. We could reach out and touch these people when they went by for this parade.
That's the area. Okay, I told Buffy the story. So I was coming, I think it was after the first parade. It was after the first parade. I think I was walking to go over to Splash, I think. These people were fighting after the parade.
Oh my God, she told me about this. Crazy.
I thought it was like a family at first. Like I really thought maybe it's like family was had like a little scuffle or something, but no, it was two people. And no, does nothing. Like they just stand there. Like
that blows my mind.
I'm like, can you like break these people apart? Like this is absolutely. I don't even know what the fight was about. I didn't hear. I wasn't there. I didn't really care to know. But like this daughter is holding back her parents, and I'm like, this is just nuts to me that this even happens.
Disney security used to be on it. No. I mean, they did. They used to be on it. They wouldn't put up with that.
I think they were fighting with something about the parade. I'm like, this is just too much for me. It's great. And then my second complaint about the party is the food lines are nuts.
They are.
They are. It's
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Crazy.
It's not, and you can't even get to them.
No, it's nuts. I really don't understand that.
I was disappointed in the merchandise this year. There's always merch that they only put out for the Halloween party times.
Yeah.
And I was extremely disappointed.
What'd you get? What'd you get buying?
I got the cauldron popcorn bucket that lights up.
I got... Actually,
and then we got Halloween pins that were exclusive just at the Halloween party.
I'll show those. I have those actually.
That my daughter got. But other than that, I just...
Oh, I got this too.
I don't know. I was really disappointed. I expected a far more like scarier stuff there, I guess, than like what they've had in the years before. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, so I got,
because they always have.
I got the little and it lights,
merchandise.
I think it lights
up. It does. Yeah, it lights
so
up.
That's cute. It was expensive. No, well, it wasn't crazy. I like ordering. It was $27. I mean, it's
that's
overpriced.
Typical.
It's overpriced.
Yeah, I mean it's typical Disney though.
And I got the little Chippendale.
That's what Alexa got.
Pen. It's cute.
It is. There's another one she got too. There's a whole thing you could buy for like what was it, $175?
I didn't see it, but the disc has it.
Pete has it in the back of his, yeah.
And I got this little, just like the logo pen. And I got one more.
I'm trying to think. Unless I didn't get that one. There was another one.
Maybe I did. I know I got another one. I just don't know what I did with it. It's in here somewhere.
But, I mean, they really, I don't think that they had a lot of merchandise out this year that was exclusive just during the party that they had in the past either.
I want to, I don't know, I forget what other pen I got, but I want to get, when I go this next time, I was watching somebody else's video, I want to get the mystery pen pack of the Halloween party. They have the wick, I'll have to show you when we're done. It's like, they're shaped like skulls, and they all have different things on them. So like, the evil queen from Snow White.
Like sugar skull versions of them?
I'll have to show you, they're hard to explain, but anyway, so you get like a pen pack, they're $20, and there's two pins. I'll show you, there's 2 pins in it, and they're so neat. I'm like, I think I might try to find, I see if I can find that when I go this next time. And then the Food and Wine Festival also has a mystery pen pack too.
They do, yeah.
But the Halloween party one, actually their pins are neat.
That's my big thing about it. And I don't know, it just seemed, like I said, I mean, it rained, it seemed disorganized, it seemed that they're going to have to change something up. I'm sorry, I just don't think it's worth the money anymore.
I don't think I would go next year.
I will, just because I love it, but they need to update it. You need to update your parade and actually make it, I mean, you have, so, like I keep saying, I mean, you have so many characters that you can utilize that would fit in. And they need...
The Hallowishes needs to be updated.
Hallowishes, you need updated. You need to work on your projections on the castle because it's ridiculous. I mean, they don't... The other thing I noticed this year, in the past, you had good Halloween music, like all the villain songs, everything else. They don't really play that much of it. And before, I mean, it was piped throughout the park.
And I just, okay, the character meet and greets. Why do we not have a Maleficent meet and greet? This is the Halloween party.
I agree.
Why
are we not having villains out there?
I mean, you have Jafar, but nobody
cares about Jafar. Okay, let's be real.
I want the evil queen. I want Maleficent.
I do too.
I want Ursula.
Cruella de Vil. They moved her, and she's hardly out at all. I mean, I don't get the whole 7 dwarfs. What?
I don't get the appeal. So I'm like, where are the villains during these meet and greets?
But I feel really bad though because honestly, because my child, she loves to do the meet and greets. She loves getting her autographs of these people. But in the years before, you could. If you were, like I said, if you were strategic about it and you stuck to a game plan, you could get it. You might as well pick one person and one person only that you want to see.
Winnie the Pooh character meet and greet was nuts, that line.
It was over an hour.
It was nuts.
Stitch in his Elvis costume. I wanted to go. I'm not a Stitch fan, but he is adorable in his little Elvis, and it is unique. 2 hour. I mean, honestly, you're spending money if you go to this. If you literally go in there, like especially like a Jack and Sally, you're literally going to pay to go in and get just their autographs and maybe ride one ride.
I think it is worth it for ride times. Like that's why.
Right.
That's actually the only reason I went. I actually only went to it originally.
Right.
Because I already had. Ben and I were actually already going to be going in October. I knew that. And when I planned my August trip, I just happened to be the first day I got there was the day the Halloween party was going on. And that's really obnoxious to a point because every other day there's a party going on. So I feel like to get your Magic Kingdom time in, I feel like you have to go to the party.
Well, and I recommend anybody that's going this time of year or even during their Christmas parties, look when you plan. Look when you plan out your days. If you book your package, fine. If you're not wanting to go to the party that day, plan another park because that's no fun during the party because that would be neat. That would be a neat thing, and it would help with crowd control too. But that would be neat to have the People Mover open.
I don't know why they don't have the Jungle Cruise open. Oh, because they have a treat line.
I was going to say that's a trail. That's a trick-or-treat trail. Yeah.
I've never even been down any of these trails.
That's the other bad thing too, is that these people, listen.
How long does it take to get through a trail?
Forever.
I never done one, honest to God.
I haven't either, but I heard people complaining, and I've seen this, and I stood back and I witnessed this stuff, because like I said, with the rain, you kind of like were at a standstill for some points. I've never seen people get so stupid over candy. Listen, it's not special Disney candy you're getting. It's like some Dove chocolates, Mars. Mars is a big one that sponsors them. You get like the miniature bag of M&Ms, everything else. Everything you could go and buy yourself at the dollar store right now, or you could go to the Walmart that you could get here. I don't understand what the big appeal is. And it's cast members handing out. It's not even like you're trick-or-treating and Mickey and Minnie are handing you candy. It's like,
this is another thing. Why is the Christmas party more expensive when all you get is a cookie and hot chocolate?
Because they have so many different flavored cookies. Like this one has snickerdoodles. This one has hazelnut cookies.
Because
this one has cocoa.
The Christmas party, I got those tickets. Are like, I think my Halloween party ticket for the first day, I don't remember, like maybe $80 some after tax and stuff. No, when Ben and I go into October, it was $100 a piece because
it's the closer it gets to the actual date of the Halloween, it gets more expensive.
Then my Christmas party ticket was I think $100, and I'm like, but why? Like I'm going on a Tuesday.
Well, I think it's because and they're prepackaged Cheryl's cookies.
I was wondering too though, and the Christmas doesn't have as many dates because the Halloween they're
milking it.
I mean, it was August all the way till October. Where Christmas they really only have the end of November to beginning of December.
And it's Disney because they can.
Yeah,
because they can. I mean, let's be real.
I like it's Christmas time is nuts.
My best advice though, if you want to try to make the most of the party, in my personal opinion, especially if you have a family, is to, if you're into character meet and greets, look and see which ones matter to you the most, and you're going to have to pick. And if you're into trick-or-treating, I honestly try to dissuade your kids. You can trick-or-treat at home and get candy. My best advice, though, is hit your rides, but go for all your magic shots. Find out where they are.
That's what
Stand in line for them because I mean, to me, in my mind, that's worth it because there are only special shots that they do only during the party and and wait till it's dark. Don't try to go up to these and do these when it's still daylight. Wait until it's dark. And take advantage of that. Other than that, I mean, buy yourself a few little souvenir items that they have that are exclusive just for the party.
I would get the pins.
The pins. That's what my child got. The pins. So we hope that we helped you out. I don't know if we had any extra tips or anything. Oh, though I will say, they do offer special dining packages for their sit-down restaurants, especially Be Our Guest. That's a huge one, and people cannot get reservations for them. That's how we got in last year. I booked it during our Halloween party, which we ate there, had a sit-down meal. We still have plenty of time. We sat down this time, too. We went to Jungle Skipper Canteen. Not my type of food, but there are special packages now. But you have to have a ticket to the party. Like, it will have to be on your phone. And you're going to have to, it will have to link, and then it will allow you to make it. But if you're somebody that really wants Be Our Guest, which remember, they switched to a French cuisine. But if you're really dying to get in there, and you've got a ticket to the Halloween party that same night, they'll have open reservations. And there were actually a couple people because we went by there, you can walk up and get in. But I would recommend getting a reservation just to be on the safe side. So that's my other big tip.
So thanks for watching.
Thank you.